The global textile waste crisis is not merely a symptom of overproduction or consumer behavior. It is a fundamental engineering failure executed at the design stage. We are mass-producing irreversible molecular contamination. This is a polycotton blend, a synthetic fusion of natural organic cellulose and petrochemical plastic. The fashion industry markets this as a durability innovation. In reality, it is architecture designed exclusively for the landfill. The moment you weave fossil-based polymers into a botanical fiber, you create a permanent toxic matrix. Physical separation of these intertwined materials after their life cycle is mechanically impossible. The system is intentionally broken. Current recycling standards rely on violent mechanical shredding. Industrial steel blades crush the fabric's structural integrity, tearing the matrix apart. This is not recycling. It is accelerated destruction disguised as sustainability. This abrasive process drastically shortens the fiber length and obliterates all tensile strength. The output is a degraded inferior material. It is a terminal downcycling loop, ending as industrial insulation or cheap padding. True circularity demands advanced chemical recycling. In this clinical environment, chemical engineers operate on a molecular level to dissolve the fabric. The objective is to extract a pure, uncontaminated polymer solution. Complex hydrogen bonds are systematically broken down. From this pristine chemical bath, a regenerated cellulose solution can be extracted and spun into entirely new high-fidelity fibers of absolute virgin quality. However, this advanced chemical recycling process collapses entirely when confronted with blended textiles. The embedded plastic acts as a structural blockade, actively preventing the chemical breakdown of the natural cellulose. Even the microscopic presence of a 1% polyurethane thread, commercially known as elastane, infects the entire batch. It halts the chemical dissolution, rendering uncompromising textile-to-textile recycling mathematically and physically impossible. To mask this systemic design collapse, the industry introduced its most heavily marketed sustainability illusion, recycled polyester, or rPET. Crushed plastic bottles melted down and extruded into synthetic apparel. Clinical data documents a fatal weakness in this strategy. Because rPET is mechanically inferior, it releases 55% more microplastic particles during standard washing cycles compared to virgin polyester. This is not a closed loop. It is a linear death spiral that guarantees the widespread distribution of microplastics into global water systems while blocking any future end-of-life recycling potential. The only scientifically valid solution is fundamental material isolation, the implementation of strict monomaterials, an uncompromising botanical mandate built entirely from pure cellulose, engineered without a single drop of petrochemicals. End-of-life processing must be calculated before the first physical cut is made. This is the concept of design for disassembly. If the product cannot be molecularly dissolved, it should not exist. We must eliminate petrochemical stretch entirely. Required flexibility is built directly into the fabric through advanced mechanical stretch. High-density knits act as physical microsprings utilizing a completely inelastic thread. When this pure botanical product reaches the end of its functional life, it remains chemically uncontaminated. It can be systematically broken down into clean biomass and pressed into pure sheets of dissolving pulp. This pulp becomes the raw fuel for a closed-loop system. Pristine new lyocell fibers are extruded from a spinneret, transforming yesterday's textile waste into tomorrow's premium, high-performance raw material. This is uncompromising textile-to-textile recycling, a completely closed ecosystem where nothing is lost and nothing is downgraded. The geometry of the fiber remains flawless, ready to be utilized again. The era of blended materials is a technological dead end. Continuing to merge plastics with nature is structural sabotage. We must stop engineering waste and start building textiles that can be reborn. The paradigm shift requires total adherence to the laws of chemistry. Demand absolute material purity. Reject the synthetic blend. Welcome to the industrial reset of the global textile supply chain.